It started when an alien device did what it did. It stuck itself upon his wrist with secrets that... Oh, sorry, I didn't know we were starting. Hello. Today we're going to be taking a look at Ben 10, a show released in 2005 starring the titular Ben Tennyson, going on a summer road trip with his grandpa Max and his cousin Gwen when he comes into contact with one of the most powerful objects in the universe, the Omnitrix, said to contain over
1,903 genetic samples.
A lot of the aliens stretch the imagination in terms of their scientific legitimacy. But forget all of the Omniverse stuff or any Ultimatrixes or recalibrations. Today, I wanted to take a look at the original 10, the starting squad, if you will, and see how plausible they would really be with the scientific evidence that we have today, all on a nice little nifty tier list. I had to get that in the title somewhere. Disclaimer, I am in no way, shape, or form any sort of governing body when it comes to the scientific community. I have a high school diploma. If I do misspeak or if I get anything wrong in this video, please let me know in the comments below. And if you are a part of the scientific community, if you're watching this for some reason, and you know of any new evidence or just things that I didn't come across in my research, let me know as well. Well, I think that's pretty much everything. So with that being said, let's jump into it, shall we? Heatblast, or more specifically pyronites, are a plasma-based species consisting of a bright inner plasma core covered in volcanic rock. Being able to do things such as melt steel or vaporize entire bodies of water, these guys are incredibly hot. Not hot, but you know what I mean. While no actual organisms can compare to what has been seen in the show, there are a few animals that show a somewhat fire resistance, with some echidnas and beetles having mechanisms that not only help them survive, but thrive in flame-infested forests. However, there are a few studies in which plasma has been shown to exhibit not life per se, but a lot of pre-life basic characteristics. In a controlled lab environment, scientists were able to create a free-floating fireball which formed a double-layer cell membrane type structure. The fireball was then shown to fluctuate the current provided in a preferential and periodical exchange of energy with the environment. The fireball had some sort of basic memory or preference for its original form. Now, does this mean that every fireball or lightning bolt that you come across has a job, a partner and child, a 401k? No. But it does show some evidence for potential for life. That being said, we are a long way from full beings of lava and rock walking around. So in that case, I'm gonna have to put Heatblast in D tier. Wildmutt, coming from the species Vulpimancer, is an exceptionally large dog-like creature with claws and quills to boot. These guys are infamous for their insane sense of smell, as without eyes, they've evolved an extremely acute set of other senses, being able to track any object at insane distances, even if invisible or any other sort of visual obfuscation is attempted. Sharp claws, big teeth, an insane sense of smell, these guys are one Hugh Jackman away from joining the X-Men. While your average household canine is not going to be the size of a Mini Cooper by any means, we have seen some dogs reaching incredible scales. Some English Mastiffs have been seen to reach around 250 pounds, with the biggest one being Zorba, standing at an incredible 340 pounds at almost 37 inches tall and 8 feet long. That's basically having a polar bear that plays fetch. Meanwhile, on the other end of the animal kingdom, we have the golden mole. These guys have evolved with a set of subsonic super sensing systems since their eyes are practically useless, being covered in fur and skin. With an ear structure that is 900 times bigger proportionally than humans, they can use something as minute as the change in the wind to detect vibrations to find things like food or navigate through burrows. So in the case of Wildmutt, he does generally fit into the plausible category, as most of his key traits have been shown to exist already in the animal kingdom. However, due to his sheer size, traits that would have to jump orders and phylums, and the ones that we didn't get to talk about, like shooting quills, it's gonna knock him down into C tier. Diamondhead, a Petrosapian, and frankly the coolest out of the original 10, are a silicon-based species that are made entirely of a highly durable crystal-like material. Petrosapians not only have an insane control of their own physiology, but they have the ability to produce and control crystals independent from themselves. This gives them abilities such as being able to change limbs, shoot projectiles, create giant crystalline structures, and even encase other objects in these crystals as well. Now, similar to heatblast and the pyronites, petrosapiens do have a theoretical foot in the scientific door. Silicon has been seen as a feasible alternative to carbon in life-forming structures. While seeing some promise, especially in a sulfuric acid-based environment over carbon's water-based system, with how we typically view life, silicon just doesn't seem like a viable option due to the sheer weakness of any bonds actually formed. In that case, I don't see it going any higher than heatblast in D tier. Accelerate and the Kinesilerans are a reptile insectoid-like species that are known for one thing: going freaking fast, topping out at almost 500 miles per hour. Now, being the masters of speed, agility, and momentum, they can do things such as run on water, go up walls, and perceive moments in time at basically a standstill. Everything about their biology moves quickly. In my research for this video, I do think that nature has an answer for these blue blurs. This is the tiger beetle. Being native to most parts of Southeast Asia, they are the speed demons of the animal kingdom, being able to run at an astounding 120 to 125 body lengths per second. Now, I know what you're thinking, it doesn't sound too impressive, especially because they're usually only around a half an inch in length, like my dick. However, doing the math and scaling them up to accelerate at 4 feet 10 inches, that will put them at a speed at over 410 miles per hour. That's over 5 times faster than the fastest land animal, the cheetah, and almost double the speed of a peregrine falcon, which can dive at a top speed of 240 miles per hour. Now, there are some drawbacks to being able to reach such ludicrous speeds, as their eyes can literally not receive enough photons to see where they're going. So they do use their antennae to counter this, holding them out in front of them to detect any sort of discontinuities or changes in terrain. With all of that being taken into consideration, with similar top speeds to a similar biological structure, I would say we have our first S tier candidate on the list. Gray matter of the Galvin is the brains to combat all the brawn in the Omnitrix. They can understand any complex machinery at a glance, have an aptitude for any unfamiliar languages, and can seemingly upgrade or modify any existing technology with scrap parts or unrelated materials. Other Galvins, such as Azimuth, have created powerful tools such as the Omnitrix, alternate dimensions, and I don't know, a bioorganic species of life on accident. Suffice it to say that if the Galvin were real, they would be orders of magnitude more advanced than humans. That being said, they do share a lot of their biology with typical amphibians. Galvin are born tadpoles, go through a metamorphosis in which they gain more frog-like features, specifically a set of self-proclaimed wisdom feet, and even share a similar reproductive cycle to frogs. All that being said, in a universe full of silicon and plasma-based life forms, a subspecies of hyper-intelligent amphibians doesn't sound too far-fetched to me. While I wouldn't put them in S or A tier, with their simplicity comes plausibility, so I feel that B tier feels best for them. Forearms, arguably the most recognizable alien of the entire series, is what's known as a tetraman, a warrior-based species hailing from the planet Chloros, and are generally humanoid in nature. You know, apart from being 10 to 15 feet tall and having an extra set of limbs like this or the Spider-Man animated show of the 90s. They are incredibly strong, and especially being a race of warriors, a lot of that strength goes for hitting stuff. Casually chuck boulders, can create shockwaves by clapping their hands together, can leap incredible distances, and much more. When it comes to us humans, we've definitely put up some insane feats of strength, like Hawthorne Bjornsson, the current deadlift world record holder, putting up an incomprehensible 1,200 pounds, as well as guys like Ray Williams, who holds the current squat record at 1,100 pounds, and Julius Maddox's almost 800-pound bench press world record. These guys' strength can almost seem alien. I'm sorry, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. But with the mountain himself only standing at a measly 6'9", he wouldn't even be half as tall as the biggest tetramans we've seen in the show. But at the end of the day, apart from a nasty sunburn and some extra appendages, most of their unique qualities are just enhanced human abilities. So for that case, I'm gonna put them in B tier. Stinkfly, the biobelting bug that was the victim of one of the worst redesigns in history. I'm sorry, I'm not here to hate on a show made for kids, but like, look what they did to my boy! Stinkfly and the Lepidopterans are an insectoid species that come equipped with stingers, claws, and wings, just to make sure they got the worst aspects of every part of the animal kingdom. Apart from these basic features, their main aspect of physiology and their main ability comes from the high-pressure streams of goo that can shoot out of the 4 stalks on their head that also contain their eyes. What the fuck? Funnily enough, we do have an animal here on Earth that is a certified goo shooter. This right here is the Nasute termite. They come equipped with a nozzle on the front of their head that shoots a high-pressure glue-like substance. On contact, this substance immediately hardens, immobilizing any oncoming predators. Besides that, Lepidopterans are just some big old bugs. We have countless species on Earth that have some sort of combination of claws, stingers, and wings. Hell, we have some with all three. So with that being said, I think it's really easy to put them up with the Kinnocelerans in S tier. I'm sorry for my pronunciation here. I'm 50-50 on whether or not it's right. But anyways, ripjaws of the Piscisphalons is an amphibious species built for extreme depths, as well as sinking their teeth extreme depths into whatever they come across. Their jaws are their primary weapon and tool, being able to bite clean through things like metal, as well as completely unhinged. They also possess enhanced strength, being able to punch clean through metal as well. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. These are not the coolest aliens or the most unique or the most powerful or anything like that, but what they do lack in unique qualities, they do make up for in legitimacy. A lot of their key characteristics can be seen in species here on Earth. Obviously, the anglerfish was the biggest inspiration in the design, from the bioluminescent lure found on the front of their heads, as well as the egregious underbite in the juvenile ripjaws. All of these are taken straight from those deep sea dwellers. Some species of piranha have been shown to bite straight through things like Kevlar or steel gauge wire. Even the robinfish, usually found in warm temperate climates, are a species that also have legs, which they use to scuttle at depths up to 700 feet. So despite the fact that ripjaws is 7 to 7.5 feet tall, that's a big old fish stick. And the fact that the Piscisphalons can morph from leg to tail and vice versa seemingly at will, I would say that A tier is a good fit for the fish. Upgrade and the galvanic mechamorphs are a techno-organic species consisting of entirely nanomachines. These guys are what resulted from the Galvan's attempts to make the moon of Galvan Prime habitable. While typically having a base form they default to, being composed of hundreds of thousands of tiny little machines, they're completely amorphous. They can use this to take over any form of technology, being able to control whatever they come into contact with. As well as being born with an incredibly robust set of knowledge on all alien technology, they can use this to enhance whatever they can control. While we're totally still in the realm of science fiction when it comes to nanomechanical organisms, nanotechnology itself has made leaps and bounds in diagnostics and medical research in recent years. Some scientists have created artificial networks of cardiac muscles that have been able to be used in place of harvested cells from other animals. They've been used in targeted drug administration, not only being able to mimic natural cells, but being able to upgrade other cell processes like proteins and stem cells to have better results. Scientists have even created machines as complex as buttons, levers, motors, and even cars with these little guys. So while out of the realm of possibility for now, in the future, we could be saying otherwise. So for that, I'm gonna put them in C tier. And finally, ghostfreak, an ectoneurite, is typically ghost-like in nature. Their outermost layer, usually reminiscent of some sort of phantom, with a track that their eye can go along. They can expose the underlayers of their physiology, revealing a misshapen skeletal structure, tentacles harbored in a cavity in their chest, and usually tote a set of claws. They can manipulate their biological structure to become invisible or intangible, being able to completely phase through objects or selectively choose which parts stay tangible to be able to interact with the physical world. They're also capable of possession of most beings, being able to control motor functions, access any powers or abilities native to a host, or completely erase the consciousness of their host outright. Look, I'm gonna be honest, it's a ghost. Like walk through walls, disappear and fly kind of ghost. They're going in F tier. And I know what you're gonna say. Oh, well the Petrosapiens and the Pyronites, they're in D tier, but they're completely theoretical and they don't exist. Or there are some species in nature that have shown like possession or taking over of other animals. And I get that, listen, that's totally fair. However, even if small, the other species do have more of a semblance of legitimacy than the ectoneurites. And that's not me saying I don't believe in ghosts. Look, I'm not trying to come out here and get possessed or anything like that. I'm just saying that it's a little further of a stretch of the imagination, so they're gonna be going in F tier. And that's my list. What did you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Did you find any other cool species that could be considered alien? Let me know down in the comments below. Doing the research for this video, it was super cool to just see how much weird shit was out there. Everything from superpowered insects to theoretical life in lightning. It's really cool to see just a bunch of weird shit that we don't really know about. Well, it looks like I gotta go. Something's going on out there. If you like these type of videos though, make sure you leave a like. If you like me rambling, why not subscribe? It's free and you can always change your mind whenever. But thank you for sticking around. It's always good to see you guys. Thanks for watching and have a good one. Peace. I gotta go.
Aw, man. Now that's more like it.
Hello, it's done. We've done it. We're here once again. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. I just wanted to give a couple special shout outs at the end here. Shout out to Ro Ramden for all of the music you heard in this video. She is absolutely wonderful, so please go give her a watch, give her a like, give her a subscribe. Special shout out to my brother for helping me DP and PA on the little short micro film at the end there. Special shout out to Alan Matthew on Sketchfab for supplying all of the alien models. Very high quality, very good stuff. This video was a monster, to say the least, between the writing, the filming, and especially the editing. Probably more than 150 hours of work have gone into this. But listen, I love it nonetheless. This was such an awesome project. I will definitely be doing more videos. The goal for this year is to actually post consistently. Whatever you do want to see, if you want to see more science videos, if you want to see any of the other general nerdy talk, let me know in the comments below. I'm definitely just trying to figure out what I want to do on here. I'm gonna just try a bunch of things, see what I like to make, and we'll keep making that. And hopefully you stick along for the ride. But for one more time, thank you again so much for watching. It's awesome to see you guys here. Don't have too much fun out there. Hopefully we'll see you back here soon. Take care and have a good rest of your day. Peace. I'm so fucking tired. I've stayed up till like 5 in the morning for the last like week. It's over. It's fucking over.